Hey lovey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a goosey soup using the frying method and making use of two vegetables with a perfect blend. So all you have to do is stay tuned to this video, watch to the end, and you'll see when to use the vegetables and how to get that perfect blend. So first and first, what I'm trying to do here is to parboil my meat. I'm using meat and stockfish, so all I have to do is season with a seasoning cube and salt. If you're a returning subscriber, you already know I'm not going to add water to this yet. I'm just going to mix this up properly, then I'll cover it and allow it to cook on its own juices for some time. Then I'll be back. So lovely, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joy, and if you're a returning subscriber, you know I love you. And if this is your first time here, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay to the last point and you will get something new from this. So now what I'm just trying to do is add water. Just add enough water that can cook your meat. Depends on the texture of your meat. So I'm adding not so much, you can see. Alright, we're still cooking the meat. While the meat is still ongoing, I'm going to add my diced momo. Yes, I already washed the momo. I cleaned it up and I diced properly. And now I'm going to bring it in. I want you to cook with this juice so it can have that taste and flavor to its own, So as for me, I like making use of goat's meat. So what kind of meat do you like making use of when making soup? I love goat's meat a lot, so I use more of goat's meat. So while that is going on, I have scotch bonnet pepper, shombo, and onion here. I'm going to blend this into a rough mix. You can do, just blend smoothly or rough. All right, so at this point, our meat is ready. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this aside and we'll be back cooking properly. Thank you. Now I have a dry pan on fire. I'm just going to pour in palm oil. Yes, it depends on the quantity of meal you're making. I'm making just 2 cups of egusi. So I think this palm oil will be enough. It's even so much. But it's egusi soup. It's always fine when you have a bit of oil, you understand? And now I'm just going to add in my blended peppers and onion. If you noticed, I did not bleach my oil. Do not bleach your oil. You just allow it get hot a bit and then you start frying. So I'm just going to allow this fry. This is like a stew. It's going to form the base for my egusi. I'm still frying this. You can go in with a bit of salt if you want to, but for me, I don't want to add any salt to this yet because I already seasoned my goat's meat well, so I'm going to wait for later before adding any salt. So here is my egusi. I blended this egusi with uziza seeds and crayfish, and then when I came back home I just mixed it up with blended onion and I just mashed a bit and it formed this paste. I don't know why it's black. Maybe it's the uziza seed, but that's not my first time of doing it, but this is black. But still, I'm going to salvage it out and do something nice with it. So tell me, what's your cooking experience with egusi? This particular egusi, this egusi almost formed my hand, but trust me, I had to look for a way to make it work. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know if it's the egusi type or something, but it was almost not giving me what I wanted, but I had to make it work. So at this point, I'm just going to start frying my egusi now. This is the most important point of your cooking because this is going to give it the taste you're looking for, that party taste, This is why it is different. So you're going to allow this stew or stock or whatever you want to call it, the sauce, to fry with the egusi. It's going to give you a perfect blend. And you have to be stirring this once in a while to avoid burning, please. You can see if you leave it for some time, the oil comes up and the egusi is down. You don't want it dried, you want it fried. So you just have to stir. And I'm still going to be frying this. I spent time frying my egusi properly. Trust me, I spent time. So at this point, because I noticed that my egusi were getting a bit dried, so I have to bring in water. I just had to add a little bit of water to the bowl where I missed my egusi. I don't want that one going missing, so add water to it a bit to avoid it getting dried. And at this point, what I do, or what I normally do is that I'm going to cover this up now, because this egusi is trying to do what I don't understand. So I am trying to take over. So I'm going to cover it up. I'll cover it for about 2-3 minutes, because I always check on it to avoid burning as well. And here we are. You can see it. So it's answering me now. More like it for me. And so I told you earlier that I'm going to be making use of 2 vegetables for this meal. I'm going to be making use of bitter leaf and ugu. So you don't put the vegetables. I don't put the vegetables at the same time. No. First thing I'm going to do now is bring in the meat stock. I want to loosen this a bit. So now this is the first salt and seasoning that is getting into this meal. This is how I make it. After this, you can decide to add salt, seasoning cube, but I like bringing in my meat stock first to tell me, oh, okay, this tastes right, this doesn't. You have to correct it this way. You understand what I'm saying, right? Now I'm going to bring in the bitter leaf. This is the first vegetable I'm bringing in here. I like to do this at this point because I want the taste of the bitter leaf to enter inside the egusi. So it's as if I'm still frying my egusi and I'm frying it with the bitter leaf. I'll tell you when to put the ugu later. You'll see it much later. For bitter leaf, I bring it in first. And I just allow it fry with the egusi. You can see the water I pour in this just now is a bit dried now. You see it? So you can always loosen your egusi. It depends on how you want it. If it's too thick for you, you add more water to it. This is looking fine already. I'm still going to have a little bit of water, just a little drop of water to this. At this point, I'm going to bring in my cooked meat and stockfish and pomo. I'm pouring it in now. I'm just going to mix this up so it's sitting well and it's the flavors of the egusi and the flavor of the goat meat will just go one. You can see this, it's immersed in it now. And also I am going to be using smoked fish for this meal. If I tell you the story of this smoked fish, the seller did me dirty. Like, what I asked for is not what she gave me. When I got home, I was surprised that the fish I got from the market about 15 minutes ago was all melt. Like, it just melts. So that's what I was able to salvage. And now you just cover that up for about 3 minutes. Doesn't have to cook so much. And at this point, you are going to bring in the second vegetable, which is the pumpkin leaves, ugu. This vegetable is the last thing I bring in. If I have extra crayfish, which I don't have available now, I'll put extra crayfish now on top of this. But since I'm not using extra crayfish, this vegetable is the last thing I bring in. And it doesn't have to stay so much on it. So I'm going to just cover it up after mixing it properly. I'm going to cover it up for about 3 minutes. And after that, nothing more. While you're on this video, guys, please like, share my video, leave a comment for me. I would love to hear from you, and subscribe. Also, click on the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. Please like. That's your own way of supporting me. That's your way of helping me to grow. So like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are convinced you want to be my follower or you want to learn more from me. And I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment too. Thank you. You can see now this is ready. One of the secrets, I always say it all the time, for you to know a meal is ready, you see the oil coming up. The all be floating on top. You can see this now. This is so yummy. Eat again, guys. This is it for me. I'm going to enjoy my meal. Bye for now.